I hope you all have had a great week. Let's talk about the newest drought monitor that was released yesterday. And if you live across parts of our northern and border belt counties, you have officially been included in the extreme drought category. Not good news to say the least. And that category has been expanded to cover even more areas across the low country and across parts of the upstate as well. So it's crystal clear we need a very beneficial rainmaker to come in and help with this drought. The bad side is a couple of showers possible, or aside from a couple of showers possible this upcoming Sunday, there's really no rain in our forecast over the next 7 to 10 days. And with the drought being as bad as it is, fire weather conditions are still very dangerous, and we now have a new burn ban in effect for the entire state of South Carolina until further notice. Do not do any sort of outdoor burning whatsoever, whether that be prescribed or recreational. It's not going to take much for a small wildfire to turn into a larger wildfire, and no one wants to worry about that. All that aside, the forecast heading into your Saturday looks great under lots of sunshine. Your beach forecast for your day tomorrow, the water temperature is still a little cool at 67 degrees, so probably not the best water to go swimming in. But if you want to go for a run on the beach, throw the ball around with your friends, or even go suntanning, the forecast looks great. Have the sunscreen on hand. UV index is very high, between a 9 to a 10. Our first high tide is at 8:44 in the morning. Low tide is at 2:53 in the afternoon. And our secondary high tide will be at 9:02 in the evening. Here's a look at your house hunting forecast for your Saturday. Temperatures start out in the upper 60s in the morning under lots of sunshine. High temperatures reach the lower to middle 80s by the afternoon, and then as the sun heads a little back down the horizon, temperatures will fall into the lower to middle 70s. That's right along our immediate coastline with the help from the sea breeze. Heading further inland, it is going to be a very hot summer-like day with high temperatures closing in on the lower to middle 90s, and I'm forecasting us to at least tie, if not break, the record of 93 again, set back in 1981. So if you are across the PD and along the border belt and plan on being outside tomorrow, be sure you're drinking plenty of water, you're limiting your time outdoors in the direct sunlight, and of course, check on all of your friends, family, and the elderly. And above all, I hope we all already know this, but if you are going grocery shopping or going to a store tomorrow, do not leave any pets or anyone in a hot car, because it does not take much for even a car on a day that's 70 degrees to heat up very quickly and potentially lead to loss of life. Very, very important that you keep that in mind heading into tomorrow afternoon. Now, heading into your Sunday, there is some positivity coming to our area. We have a cold front that will be moving across the eastern seaboard, and a lot of times with a springtime cold front, it brings in a chance for rain, and I'll give that to you. It does bring a chance of rain to our area, but the chance of one particular area seeing rain on Sunday is still very low, not higher than a 30% chance at best. Most of you won't even be seeing any rain on Sunday, and when it comes to how much rain we could see, it's hardly nothing. This widespread green color that you see here across North and South Carolina, that is the 100th of an inch range. And a couple of you may get into the 10th of an inch, but again, we're talking about a 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch. And considering the drought we're in, that's pretty much nothing. I mean, that is not going to put a dent in this drought by any means whatsoever. So don't plan on much rain coming to our area on Sunday. And even if you aren't seeing any rain, it'll still be a very nice day under partly to mostly sunny skies. Temperatures start out in the upper 60s in the morning. We climb into the lower 80s by the afternoon. And then once the cold front does come through, temperatures do take a dive into the evening, going from the lower 80s by the afternoon down into the lower 60s as the sun heads a little back down the horizon. Here's a look at your extended 10-day forecast, proudly brought to you by 100 Plumbing Services. Next week just looks absolutely phenomenal. Sunshine every single day. We're in the lower to middle 70s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then before you know it, we're back into the lower 80s next Thursday and Friday, with overnight lows generally in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Heading further inland, more of the same. Sunshine all week next week. We do take a dive going from the upper 70s on Sunday down into the lower to middle 70s next Monday and Tuesday. And then before you know, we're back into the 80s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, with overnight lows generally in the middle to upper 50s. I hope you all have a great weekend.